I'm very happy to be with all of you this morning. A very important topic, that is rural development, has been taken up by the FAPC in this seminar. As all of you know well, India means it's a rural India. 80% of the population live in villages. If the villages are provided necessary facilities, the country will prosper like anything. What has happened in the past during the British regime or after India getting independence also? Various programs have been taken up in the urban areas. Urban cities are growing like anything. I appreciate continuous efforts. The Rural Development Cell of FAPC, under the leadership of Sanjay Rao, who has been putting significant efforts on creating platforms like this that can foster sustainable development in rural communities. Though his idea was used to improve the rural areas under the banner of community development, but with increasing demand to meet the needs of the increasing population and also rural economies being forced to depend on the global economy, thereby the rural areas lost their self-sufficiency. In this context, the concept of rural development has undergone a sea change since 1980s. Till then, it was synonymous with the development in agriculture and agrarian societies. But since then, there was a change in the vision, with a step towards a holistic view of rural development, which includes not only agriculture, but also education, health, nutrition, and standard of living of the rural poor. It was an all-inclusive development. The whole country came under the community development program. Though it was implemented with the help of separate administrative personnel and a separate budget, there was little achievement from 50s to 60s. There were also some programs directed towards rural development. Simultaneously, due to the increase in population, there was a tremendous pressure to increase the agricultural productivity. Then the government adopted the Green Revolution program, which increased the agricultural productivity and made India a food self-sufficient nation. But due to intensive farming techniques adopted, the expenditure in agricultural inputs increased, which increased the poverty of small and marginal farmers, who were more in number. It was more beneficial for the rich farmers and also decreased the fertility of large tracts of agricultural land. In addition to this, the liberalization, privatization, and globalization of the country has launched a seed market, which was captured by the MNCs. Not only the seed market, also there was a lot of migration happening to the urban areas in search of livelihood. All this contributed to the shrinking of rural economy and a great agrarian crisis. We all know the alarming suicide rates of farmers unable to cope up with the crisis. The government had to take some immediate steps to control the crisis. Then it started many schemes to develop the rural areas by making the improvement in rural governance a priority and mobilizing local development in rural areas. The latest NREGA, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, formerly MGNRGS, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, has been a boon to the rural unorganized wage laborer. Finally, I would like to mention a very few important points that in today's scenario, it is highly important that more and more individuals with a social conscience come forward to become social entrepreneurs who bring out ways of sustainable rural development through provision of livelihood, women empowerment, and a social change. I wish FAPC all the best in their endeavor to help and support villages through industry members. I also wish the deliberations will be processed for an useful and productive outcome, and the directions achieved in this national seminar will be a finding factor for the state, central government, NGOs in strengthening India with rural development. Thank you.